The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want him. Make an eye lie down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restored I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I rasta go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Who prepare a table before I in the presence of my enemy them. Who anointed I head with no oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of my Ivan. May I go dwell in the house of the Lord God Jah. Kadamawe, Gromabe, Atela, Ixabir, Tanaistalina Bashante, Shante, Shante. Kadamawe, Gromabe, Atela. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk Rasta. Now in every traditional African home there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors. Put aside all their differences, relocate into the black pot and they are subjected to some good amount of heating. In the aftermath, they produce food in all its palatability and sumptuousness for the nourishment of the whole family. That is what we do here exactly. Come here, my youth. We bring all ideas into being, sieve out the best and use that for the development of our people, our continent, our land. Here we speak truth to power. We never criticize. But if we must criticize, we would only just criticize to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. This is the voice of the people. And the voice of the people is the voice of God. I am most excited to be with you. Oh gosh. Please, we are live on Facebook, also live on YouTube. Share the broadcast so many more people can be part of this beautiful episode. Our numbers are also scrolling on the screen. Please pick up the numbers and do business with us. We hear a number of people saying they have issues reaching us. Yes, we are trying to fix up a few things. And you should be able to reach us, yes, clearly and more beautifully. My brother, my sister, is the Black Pot, aka Kokoshonamo. And here we speak truth to power. Today we have three very important stories to look at, and we're not going to linger. Story number one. Now the first story says, war in the Volta over Council of State elections. Now when we say the Council of State, what do we mean? It's supposed to be a group of people selected and elected who are supposed to give wise counsel to the President of the Republic. So they must be people who are wise themselves. Because you cannot give what you don't have. It's a Council of State. They are supposed to give wise counseling to the President of the land. If the council is not wise, the nation will go down. In fact, they are so important that normally a strong kind of selection and election would have to come into play to select the very best, what we call the creme de la creme. But in the Volta region, to represent some part of the Volta region, there is war. What is this war all about? Two people are in arms against each other. Togbi Akamu the fifth. Find a photograph of Togbi Akamu. Akamu is spelled A-K-A-M-U. Togbi Akamu the fifth is the chief of the area. Well respected. He is into the salt business and at the same time into lottery or lotto business. So many people know him as a businessman. He's also a philanthropist. He's a young man who has accomplished enough for himself. Togbi Akamu is his name. He is in contention for membership of the Council of State. There's another young man in there who is a businessman. And his name is Gabriel Tanko. This is the man we're talking about. Does the face look familiar? Gabriel Tanko is the man. And it looks like there's an issue between these two. Gabriel and Togbi Akamu the fifth. Information reaching me has said that this man here is a fraudster. And a fraudster should not be allowed to be part of the Council of State. And then I am also told that Togbi Akamu the fifth is a swindler. In other words, he is a 419 Sakawa man. And these are the two people out of the 8 who are the brightest spot for the Council of State membership in the area. This man here called Togbi Akamu the fifth is a well-respected chief of the area. They say he's a swindler, aka Sakawa. And then Gabriel Tanko is said to be a scammer. What is the truth? What really is happening? My brother, my sister, I came across some publications, and these publications said that Gabriel, whose photograph you saw earlier, bring his photo here, quick. Now, Gabriel here has contested for the post of MP in the area a couple of times, and he wasn't able to make it. Gabriel, all of a sudden, has seen some light in the sense of wealth. And some people in the area believe that he is into the scam business. And to make it worse, he's somebody who's worked with NAM1 before. To make it even super worse, he's involved in gold dealership, buying gold and selling gold. So, some people in the area believe that this man is a scammer. How did he make his money? My brother, my sister, first and foremost, I decided to speak with Togbi Akamu the fifth, who has been said to refuse to pay people when they win lottery. There was a time he signed a check, a Fidelity Bank check. And I need you to show that check quickly. Quick. He signed this check for somebody who had won lottery close to about 150,000 Ghana cedis. And this is the check. Flip it over, right? That's about 149,000 Ghana cedis. Togbi Akamu the fifth signed this check, and the check went over. Flip it again, right? When the man went in there and paid into his GCB account, Togbi said he called the gentleman a couple of days after and told him that, listen, the money that I'm expecting has not hit the account yet. Can you hold on with the check? But the check had already gone into the GCB account. Miraculously, the check was returned to Togbi and not the man who had put in the check for payment. Do you understand it? You sign a check for me to go and recover some money. I take the check there. The check does not clear. Instead of having the check returned to me, it rather was returned to the man who signed the check in a different bank, from Fidelity to GCB. So the winner of the lottery suspected that there was something terrible happening and decided that he would go to the gallery with whatever he had. He made a lot of noise around this thing, and Togbi said, listen, I'm not going to pay you that money anymore. After all, when you won the lottery, it was with my brother and not with me. And my brother was the one who refused to pay you. I only came in because I'm the head of the company, decided to come and pay you. And if you are going to disrespect me like this, then I'm not going to pay you. Does it make sense to you? But listen, Toby decided not to pay the money. And the young man who won the lottery went to court. And his court summons came out. He has sued GCB for giving the check back to Toby Akamu and not to him who presented the check. Again, Toby Akamu said that the bank was calling the young man to come for the check. That did not go through, and he was delaying. Therefore, they called Toby and he came for his bank. Banking principles, is that accepted? I put in a check. The check doesn't clear. Should you return the check to me or look for the one who signed the check and return it to him? Is it allowed? I'm building a story for you to understand the thing properly. But this is Toby Akamu, a well-respected lotto businessman in the Volta region, and at the same time, a salt businessman. I'm waiting for the court summons, right? There's a court summons, and this summons is one that is suing the GCB and Toby Akamu at the same time. And this lottery was won somewhere, I was told, in 2023 thereabout. Let's put aside Toby Akamu, the fifth, and go into the story of Namwan's former employee. My brother, my sister, this man here was arrested by the BNI. They went into his house at midnight, scooped him out, and went to lock him up for 2 weeks. What was the story? He had allegedly scammed somebody of over 7 million American dollars. That is not chicken feed. 7 million American dollars. Accordingly, he sold fake gold to this guy. And the BNI came down on him, arrested him, and locked him up behind bars for 2 solid weeks. When he went to court, interestingly, and all the papers are there. I need you to fly the papers, you know. He went to court, and the judge asked, who is the complainant in this case? And that's him, Gabriel Adovo, Kwesi, Kwamega, you know, Kwamega, that's his name. And then, this is what the court said. They discharged him because there was no complainant, it was said. And 2, if nobody complained, then how did you get him arrested by the BNI? Again, it was said that there was a certain lawyer who petitioned. Where was the lawyer? He couldn't be found. And this guy here is diabetic. When they locked him up, he started having rashes all over. I have pictures of all those. I don't want to put them out right now. And he intended to also sue the BNI for unlawful arrest. For 2 weeks, he was behind bars. And these are the court documents showing that he has been cleared of the over 7 million American dollar scam. Now let us look at an interesting thing. What business is this guy doing that all of a sudden gave him some money to be able to get into politics? And I'm hearing that he's in the area there and he's one of the rich guys of the area. This is his company, CECILIA Dapaah Company Limited, and is a certificate of incorporation. There's another certificate. This one too is supposed to allow him to commence business. And what business is he supposed to be doing? It's a gold license from the Precious Minerals Marketing Company Limited. He's supposed to buy and sell gold. My brother, my sister. And this came into being on the 7th of August, 2024, as you can see here. So he's a certified gold buyer and seller. Here he is from the Benton Municipal Assembly. And this is the legal business that the gentleman is doing. He's selling gold. He buys gold and sells gold. He has a license. Interestingly, he also has the banks supporting him. I don't want to put out the names of banks. You have documents of banks that are supporting this guy with millions of dollars, not Ghana cedis, to do his business. So you want to ask yourself, if this guy was that fraudulent, if this guy was that shady, would recognized banks in the country be supporting him? And this is what his company does. He spelled it out there and it's public knowledge. So what is now the problem in the Volta region? Why are these two being accused? Just today, watch this, the new crusading guide. He says, stop the lies. Group to Daniel, Keshi, Bessie over Electrochem. And when you come down, far left, he says, Tanko Kwame Council of State bid sparks up raw. My brother, my sister, and Ghana Web has published this. Court ruling dispels rumors of criminal charges against Kwame. Shall we read it and conclude on this issue? Now, recent news made headlines in various portals accusing Gabriel Adovo Kwame, popularly known as Tanko Kwame, an aspirant for the Volta regional member at the Council of State, of facing various charges in court while seeking a position in government. Now, the allegations of criminal involvement have been discredited by a formal court ruling exonerating him of any wrongdoing. A court document, suit blah blah blah, dated this 24, unequivocally states that Kwame has been discharged of all allegations brought against him. That's what we are looking at right now. Dash it away. So all the allegations of fraud, buying this and not paying, and BNI coming in to arrest him, despite the fact that he was so sick, they took him to the Rich Hospital, brought him back, diabetes all over him for 2 solid weeks. The judge looked at the issue and said, this issue doesn't make sense, send him away, and he discharged him. And then Togbi Akamu, the 5th, on one side, oh, Lotto, he's not paying the people. Oh, this man. What is the problem? Are they politically smearing each other in order to be able to win the elections? Is that what is said to be dirty politics? But as it stands right now, my brother, my sister, this is the biggest issue in the Volta as we speak right now. Tanko Kwame and Toby Akamu the 5th, I beg your pardon. Interestingly, during my research over the weekend, I went all over to the Volta region, and it came out that both of them are members of the NDC. They have been friends in the past, but politics separated them. And now, it came out that one of the highest contributors to the party's activities in the region is Tanko Kwame, because he seems to be wealthy. So many people believe that going by his contribution to the party, he might be taking a fast lead in becoming a member of the Council of State. That might be why the smear mongering is very deep. But I want to ask one question as I close. Is politics all about pulling down each other so we can rise? I'm asking. I am excited that people are coming out with issues Oh, this guy did this. This guy did that. This guy did this. On Friday, when we finished our broadcast, we had calls coming in here from the Volta. And these were the allegations. 2 fraudsters were trying to become Council of State elders. And we decided to go into this issue. This is what we have found out. It's the Black Pot, aka Kokoshonamo. Please. We must select people of integrity. Or else, if we select people with no credibility, the nation is going to suffer deep down. I wish all the candidates, all the very best, may the best win, may the most brilliant win. As it stands right now, we have kept our ears glued to the situation. Anything that comes out, we will certainly bring that to you. But before I go, find me a photograph of Nam1. Tanko Kwamega worked with me and some other people at Xylophone. So when the issue came out, and I got the contacts and all that, and I decided to call Togbe Akam and speak with him, the moment I picked up my phone to call Kwamega, I realized that this was somebody who was in my contact list already as a Xylophone worker. So I went ahead and said, oh, are you the fraudster who is disturbing the Volta all this while and taking the people's money illegally and all that with your fake gold and all that? And he laughed. I said, I didn't know you as such a person. What is happening? Then he brought all the documents and told me everything that I've told you right now. Unfortunately, he and Nam1 have fallen apart. How did they fall apart? From somewhere in 2020, when he went contesting to be an MP, Nam1 supported him with some money. In fact, he gave him some good money in American dollars to support him. When he went and lost, Nam1 called him and said, well, the money you took from me, you know it was a loan. You need to return it. According to Tanko Kwamega, he said, no, it was support you gave to me. It was not a loan. Nam1 insisted it was a loan and he needed to pay. So it brought about some arguments, but he struggled and was able to pay the money to Nam1. From that time, they departed. He worked with Xylophone FM. Is the Black Pot, aka Kokoshonamo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. This is just the opener. Hey! Hey! Whoa! It's a Black Pot, aka Kukushonam, and here we speak truth to power. Next story. Remember to share the broadcast. Vandal MP suspended. We all remember what happened in Parliament. Hooligans, vandals, kindergarten children squeezing each other's balls under the table. Can you imagine? This is online. Dafia Mekpo. We are told that his balls were squeezed under the table. What is this? When we were in kindergarten, primary school, some people joked like that, squeezing each other's balls. But if grown-ass men can go to the Parliament House and be called honorable. And they will go under a table, hold each other's balls and squeeze the balls. I wonder what the heck is happening in our parliament. Dafia Mekpo, Anodompre, Suleimana Tampuli, and Jerry Ahmed suspended over appointments committee chaos. What a shame. What a shame. Look at them there, fighting each other, boxing each other. It has just come out fresh. Watch this. Look at the tables. Look at them. Look at them pushing tables that we spend the taxpayers' money to buy. Look at what is happening in Parliament. Police people are there. Instead of whipping these idiots and pumping sense into their heads, they are there cajoling them and begging them to stop the nonsense. Can you see this? This is what would happen if you choose the wrong people. Simply because they are party foot soldiers or something. Then you choose them, no brains, and then you put them there. This is what they will do. Look what is happening. They broke microphones and all that. This is not the first time these hooligans are doing this. Remember in the days of Carlos Ayenkra, who picked ballot paper and started chewing that because his candidate was losing an election right in Parliament. Look at him. Oh, dash this shame away. Oh, what a shame. And they are wearing suits too. What a shame. Shameless suit wearing idiots. Shame. This man here is called Joe Wise. Anytime I call him Wise, I shudder. So I prefer to call him Joe. This is the guy. My brother. He has spoken. Watch this. Speaker Bagbin rushed in suspending 4 MPs. Joe Wise. Run it. Now the former first deputy speaker of parliament, Joseph Osei-Wusu, has criticized the speaker of parliament, Alban Bagbin, over the suspension of 4 members of parliament. Now the esteemed lawmaker expressed that Speaker Bagbin's decision to suspend the 4 MPs following the chaotic scenes and altercations during the vetting by the appointment committee was a reactive measure, resulting in a hasty judgment. In an interview with Channel 1 TV on Monday, February the 3rd, 2025, that's today, Joe Wise, as is popularly known, stated that Alban Bagbin should have referred the 4 members to the Privileges Committee regarding their conduct rather than using his authority to pass judgment. Indeed, he was right in referring the conduct to the Privileges Committee he ordered to be instituted. But did he rush to pronounce punishment when he was going to try the people? You must wait to go through the process. And then at the end of it all, if the people are found to have misconducted themselves, the Parliament Act will then be applied. I think he rushed into making a decision or announcing a decision which he has no power to do. He said, dash it away. Dash it away. Before Bagbin even became Speaker of Parliament, there was this same chaos where Carlos Ayenkra picked ballot paper and chewed that like a camel on heat. MPs were seen boxing each other's fat bellies. Security personnel came into the Parliament House. Many people condemned this. It didn't end there because there was no punitive measure. Except that the president decided not to, as we learn now, to hail Carlos Ayenkra for that irresponsible behavior. Recently, Carlos Ayenkra said the president did not acknowledge and did not even appreciate what I did. If it was the NDC, they would have appreciated it. And I said, this guy has no brains. He's an empty, talkative walking around. Said, guys, you see them and you think they have some common sense. They approach you with some beautiful personality. You think they have sense. No sense. Absolutely no sense. Never. This repeated. And this time even worse. They broke microphones. Broke tables. Tables that they imported from China. What a shame. There are no carpenters in Ghana to build good tables. From China, we were told. Microphones. If we can't build good tables, is it microphones we can build? They broke those, causing financial loss to the nation. And if the speaker in his own wisdom decides that a few of these hooligans should be sent out, they should go, whilst the privileges committee sit and deliberate exactly what to do with these people. I don't think that that is wrong. Again, it should not be punishment enough to suspend MPs for this dirty behavior. Something more should be done. They should pay for all the damaged microphones and the tables threefold. They should write letters of apology and read by themselves right in the parliament to the people of Ghana. Like we used to do when we were in the secondary school. We wrote apology letters and came out to the assembly and we read those. They must do that. Their constituency should see that they voted hooligans into power and not people with common sense. What kind of confusion can erupt in parliament to the point that people hold each other's balls, squeezing the balls? It's on Ghana Web. I can't even read it. It's so nasty. It said that Dafia Mekpo's balls were squeezed like apples. What is this? You can wake up before cock crow to go and get a position in the Parliament House to show that you are the majority early in the morning. Right after that, they start absenting themselves from Parliament for reasons best known to them. The Ghanaian Parliament is a house of shame as it stands right now. Bagbin is doing the right thing. Suspend all of them whilst we wait for the Privileges Committee decision. Dash it away. My name is Blakk Rasta. When we return, we take the final story. And we'll also be taking your messages. And then we'll be done. Hey! Hey! Whoa! All right, so let's look at your messages. Yeah, okay. What messages do we have? Rams Empire Team say, Blakk Rasta, you're welcome. A new week, a new month, and we are blessed to be alive, to be listening to your wisdom and truth. God bless you, Blakk. Abdul Rahman Kojo says, watching live from Qatar. Abdullah Suleiman says, my warm greetings to our last man standing, Blakk Rasta. Goswe Jata says, I'm here watching you live. Woy. Abdullah Suleiman says, nowadays our Council of State is the Lala Sulala one. Lala Sulala one. Mohammed Banjewan says, Alhamdulillah for yet another blissful week. Rombiale. Mark Romeo Fori says, good evening, Professor Blakk. Sir. Hanan Confidence Abdul says, NDC must formally issue and notice that they can't work with either characters. Solomon Entry says, Blakk, I may ask, please. If I may ask, please, what is your last education level, please? You are so good. Wow. Please, you've made my head do pomp lomo lomo. But let me try consume. I'm teaching too much. Mekafante. Miss I'm a metro. I consume. Why lomo? You want to know the last level of education I have? Well, I have a terminal degree. Nyimde ntase. Onyeshi, how fan them I? Onyeshi. Dwabel years of says lateness is a disease. Kill it now. Jeff, you heard it? Oheneba, you heard it? He said lateness is a disease. And there's a dirty virus there. Says technical, make sure that you are on time. You have no excuse to start the show late. That is what Dwabel years of Bill is doing. Kumi Adam says, keep up the good work, comrade Rasta. You are a real patriot. I love you, my brother. Mubarak MBK says, Blakk, up early in class. Respect. Okay, so let's take the last story and we are done for today. It's a very sad story. I didn't want to start with it. We must apologize to CECILIA DAPAAH. And this is an MP saying that. You know which MP this is? It's an MP. This guy. You know him, right? And he's wearing a beautiful African print. Oh, yes. Beautiful one. Let's see if his African print matches his brains. We must apologize to CECILIA DAPAAH if we accept Ablakwa's Airport Hills rent claim. Eko Asifwa. Beautiful name. Eko Asifwa is better than Robert Manson. Eko Asifwa. Powerful name. And is the member of parliament for Old Tafo. Eko Asifwa Vincent. Now the member of parliament for Old Tafo, Vincent Eko Asifwa Esquire, it means he's a lawyer, has stated it will be hypocritical on the part of Ghanaians to not apologize to CECILIA DAPAAH if we accept Ablakwa's Airport Hill rent claim. At a vetting of the minister designate for foreign affairs, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, he revealed that he has been renting at the Airport Hills residential area in Accra for the past 8 years. Reacting to this on Kumasi-based Pure FM, in an interview with Kwame Edinkra. Oh, Kwame Edinkra, has he moved from that other station? What's the name? Angel. He went to Angel. The first station he started with, he was my boss. Yes, when we were on campus, we had a campus radio, Conti. He was my boss, Kwame Edinkra. Yeah, we used to call him Luther King, astute broadcaster. Yeah, one of the very first private stations in Kumasi. He was on top. Then he moved to Angel, right? He also came to Accra and did something small. He's now with Pure. Oh, okay, that's why Pure is making a lot of waves in Kumasi. Yes. So reacting to this on Kumasi-based Pure FM in an interview with Kwame Edinkra, Vincent Eko Asifwa, a member of the Appointments and Vetting Committee, revealed that Ablakwa lied to the committee. He disclosed that Airport Hills residential area is owner-occupied, and it will take a shrewd person to hide his ownership interest in the name of a relative. Airport Hills is owner-occupied. Regardless, the lease rent payable is 15,000 American dollars. If Okudzeto Ablakwa can afford that for 8 years, then we have to say sorry to Madam CECILIA DAPAAH for having the US $1 million. Otherwise, we are a nation of hypocrites. He, Okudzeto Ablakwa, goes around pontificating, yet he is the worst unprincipled person in his crusade to save the nation money. Immediately after his vetting, he flew on business class to London. I have the manifest here. Dash it away. Sometimes I wonder why public officials fly business class. I honestly wonder. The difference is a curtain that separates them, the two. And they get extra wine and more space to stretch their legs. And if Ablakwa actually flew business class, then I am disappointed. I am disappointed. And I'll call him and tell him, I'm disappointed if this is true. is a time for sacrifice, my brethren. Everybody must fly third class, including the president. Why can't you behave like Tanzanian President Magufuli, who passed on the other day? You say the country is broke. Everybody is crying. Unless it is a free flight, everybody must fly third class, including the president. Why business class? For what? So you can get extra wine and more room to stretch your legs? What is this craze about business class and all that? Again, let's look at what Esifwa is saying. He says, Ablakwa said he's renting a place that is owner occupied. In other words, whoever has that place occupies it himself. But the person can also decide that I own it and I am not there. Maybe I live abroad. Therefore, I can bring my cousin to live in there for free or to pay rent. You cannot decide for the person how much he should charge his cousin. Is it clear? Averagely, it might be 15,000 as he said. He didn't say whether it's per month or yearly. Let's assume that it is yearly. 15,000. I have never paid that amount of money for any house anywhere. When I travel, I live in kiosks. We have to be humble, my brother. Every public servant must be humble. No business class, no first class. Everybody must travel economy. They must sleep in the cheapest hotels abroad to save the taxpayer money. And if they are flying on their own, they must still fly third class. If you cannot do that, then don't be a public servant. It's simple. As long as you are a public servant, a politician for that matter, Ablakwa made it clear to us that no politician should be allowed to seek medical attention outside the nation. Do you all remember? It's the same thing, flying abroad there, sitting in the business class. I don't want to believe this is true. But what kind of a country do we have? Can we not simply just investigate who owns that house? Ablakwa is always coming with facts. These are the documents. I intercepted this document, intercepted that, I intercepted that. This is the owner. Come and refute it. Paper no dey lie. So if you claim that the house is his, present the documents. Is it far away to go to the Lands Commission and those other bodies? Is it difficult to investigate a politician? Then you sit down there, you are making noise on radio and TV, like some people who are high on Bonto. I am so disappointed. What kind of a country is this that has no respect for investigations? No wonder so many people have been killed and no answer. People are dying left, right, and center. No investigation. Hey, in America, in England, every death is investigated. They will tell you what killed this person and what killed that person. Today, there are some people in Ghana who don't even want post-mortem. Their religion doesn't want it. How do we study and get knowledge and get to know that this is what killed this person, therefore we have to avoid it? For Ablakwa, I want to know who owns the house. If he's the one and is running away from it, then that means he knows he's done something illegal. But under no circumstances should we apologize to any wrongdoer. CECILIA Dapaah's case was so stinking. I want to see a continuation of the investigation. Not only for CECILIA Dapaah, but every other politician who is wrongdoing. Is it clear? So, Eko Esifwa, you are an MP. Bring his photo here, quick. You are an MP. As part of your oversight duties, what prevents you from digging into this and bringing us records? The speculation is too much. Bring us the real documents to show that this guy owns the place. And then let's take it from there. Why? Too much speculation. Too much lies. Upon Nkrumah sat there and told so much lies during his vetting. He's gone scot-free. We spoke about it over and over, about the ownership of some things. So you politicians, if you know it's wrong, why do you do it? Dash it away, brethren. Dash it. I have to go now. Let's see the final messages and I'm done. Right? All right. So it doesn't look like we can take messages. If your messages have not been read, feel no way. We will read them another time. It's been the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo, and here we speak truth to power. We love you. Hey! Hey! Whoa!